So basically, my coilovers, I have had Godspeeds for the whole time I've been drifting, but I recently bought a new pair, and their new sets are, fronts are 12 kg, rears are 10, and I didn't know this, so I had 12 on one side and 10s on the other, so my suspension was way off. And also my preload was way off on this, so I got that all adjusted, or not this one yet, but I've been adjusting these, getting those all dialed in, and I've already got the back one switched, so now it should be all good to go. I'm gonna be getting an angle kit soon from Loveless Fab that bolts up here, the ball joint kit. So it'll be a ball joint cut and re-welded with an extended inner tie rod from an IS 300. So that should be pretty dope. I'm waiting to get that. But as far as back here goes, you can see I've got my camber just about at 0. And the reason you want to get it to 0 is so your full tire has contact on the ground. For more grip, not only that, you burn the whole tire instead of just this area, you know? So it's basically for more grip and to save the tires. So this is what I did right here. So I have the adjustable arm, but the arm itself doesn't pull back enough to get it to 0. So this bolt here, I've taken it out, and I've taken a drill bit and just ate the inside of the subframe out. So that way I can push the arm in a bit more to get the wheel to 0, because this being stock is not enough to pull back enough. So I just pull it back all the way as far as I can, tighten it as hard as I can, and the wheel usually stays. And don't mind all this, I still gotta clean all this up. I plan on pressure washing all of this today, hopefully, so that should be dope. Yep, so take this one here. Loosen that up. Pull that out of there, get that out of the way. So I take my drill bit and I drill here, and I get the arm to pull in more this way. By the way, I know there's probably easier ways. I'm just doing it with what I have. So I've got them drilled back quite a bit. You can see where it was sitting before, right there where those marks are here. So I got it back about probably 1/4 inch or so. So that should get my camber to 0. All right, so while I'm under here, I might as well show what I've got going on. I got a 392 diff right now from a GS 300. I have some 3D printed bushings for my diff. They're not solid, but they help out a lot. They're I think they're polyurethane or something like that. And then here is my drive shaft. I see that bolt's loose, I gotta tighten it, but this is my drive shaft adapter. It goes from the Lexus diff to a 1350 U-joint. And I have a one-piece drive shaft leading up to my transmission with a slip yoke in it right here. So that's what my drive shaft setup is, and then just stock axles and everything else stock other than these and the coilover. My subframe's actually from a 3rd gen LS400, 98 to 2000. That way I can get the 2-ear diff, because in 96 the diff only has 1 ear, which only allows you to run 1 diff, and you know I'm not about that. I've also put a 98 to 2000 rear sway bar. It's thicker than the 95 to 97, so it allows the rear end to slide out a lot easier. So now I'm going to do the preload on this spring right here. So the way you do it, so you break this one loose. So the spring is loose enough to move with your hand. Oh, fuck, I see. All right, so now that the spring is just about hand tight, there you go, just about hand tight, you're gonna wanna take this collar, spin it all the way to the top, flush against there. Now you tighten your spring and you use this area here as a measuring tool. So most coilovers are 5mm, which is about the thickness of the tool. So you're gonna wanna be able to stick your tool in between there. All right, so you take your tool, fits in there. Now you take this one, tighten it up to the top, tighten that, make sure it's snug. So now my preload is set on this spring to about 5mm is I think what they measure it by. And this is just, I think they vary from coil to coil. You know, BCs might be different or whatever else they got, true hearts. But that's what they are for mine. All right, there you go. That is pretty close to 0. Might need to go a bit more. It's pretty close. I'm gonna drop it on the ground and see what it does. I'm gonna pressure wash the car and pressure wash all of my suspension really quick. So right now I just sprayed everything down with some purple power. Gotta clean all this up. Stuff gets dirty after a while. Gotta clean it, take care of your car. Make sure this thing stays clean. Well, just like that, it's pretty close to 0. I've also aligned it myself. Pretty close though.